$2. Get you. Oh, hey, yo. I gotta make weight. Don't look at me like that. Just give me a second. Hey guys, it's your boy, Nation Dell Creation. Now you may be wondering, Creation, why are you wearing a singlet again? Why are you wearing trash bags? Why is it taking so long to upload videos? Well, the simple answer is that I found out that high school wrestling is harder than middle school wrestling. But I digress. Simply put, the experience of high school wrestling is alien to the experience of middle school, so I think it's about time we go to explain it.
Creation Nation!
So say you never did wrestling before in your life, and you decided to join because why not? Well, then you gotta be able to put up with the worst 8 hours of your life, Hell Week. So in case you don't know, wrestling is a walk-on sport, meaning you don't have to try out. In its place, in order to get rid of as many kids as possible, the coaches gather together to say, okay, let's go out there and kill those kids. That first week is made up of basically close to non-stop cardio and conditioning designed to make you puke your guts out and quit. I remember the second practice of the season quite vividly. I was dressed in this maroon Under Armour sweatshirt, some black sweatpants, and like a $10 torn-up drumline beanie. It was like 40 degrees outside, and winter was coming. Half the team goes to the varsity coach, and the other half go to the JV coach, who we now refer to as the Shermanator. For 30 minutes, we did gassers, sprints, and whatnot in order to make us dead as exhausted. And after everyone is out of breath and ready to curl up in a ball and cry, coach yells, "Alright, rotate!" And now you're doing a dozen or so tours on the bleachers. Tours are basically when you run up one path of bleachers, turn, run down the next pathway, repeat that until you reach the ground, sprint along the ground, and repeat that until you trip on the seats and fall on your face like a bum. Or until coach calls you in the wrestling room at 3:30. Now, me being as smart as a 5th grader decided to wear long sleeves and sweatpants in the wrestling room, which regularly reaches about 85 degrees. So we start drilling until like 4, we got 80 kids stuffed into the room, with everyone being covered in sweat, and now the room's basically a sauna. That's when the varsity coach announced for the next 30 to 40 minutes, we're going to be doing all conditioning in the form of 6 stations. Squatting, push-ups, mountain climbers, and whatnot was all we were forced to do for the next 40 minutes. If someone slowed down, everyone had to restart at the same station, and we kept going at each station until the coaches thought we were doing our jobs right. I remember vividly that the sweat in the shirt was so thick that if you twisted it, it felt like water was being dumped from a bucket. So after walking out of the locker room, trying to avoid the puddles, you go home, take Advil, kick yourself for not acting like you were sick that week, and try not to die the next day.
Creation Nation!
So after you complete that week of practice, our numbers went down from 80 kids to about 60 kids left on the team. After the first few weeks, you get into a certain rhythm of practices and what practices are like. Certain types of practices, with each practice varying between the coaches, coaching, and what day it is. When I refer to each practice, it's going to get a rating based on the creation scale, but it rates how enjoyable it is. To start off, the best practices, which is the equivalent to creation watching The Office, you can get happen twice a season, where the whole day is committed to playing games like Mad Chess, with minimum conditioning and sprints. The next kind of practice is the equivalent of creation day and new guitar, where Coach $2 and the Shermanator are running it. The day is mostly drilling and a tad bit of conditioning in the beginning. The coach is the most relaxed there, and in those practices you have a decent chance of being tackled, or at least of saying a word to Mr. Gervasio. At the very least, you're able to do without having to do burpees right afterwards. The next type of practice is the equivalent of creation being able to know that you can sleep more than 2 hours that night. These practices are mostly for people who need to make weight for the next tournament or meet. Now, at this point, you definitely sweat through at least 2 shirts during practice, and you smell worse than a hamper full of puke-covered shirts. But the main point is make sure you cut enough to make weight, so we're not going to make you take 100 shots, unless you make Mr. Parker over there mad. The next practice is when things start to get bad, which is the equivalent to creation having a bucket full of water thrown on your face while sleeping, while being hit in the face with 3 baseball bats. This day, which usually comes once a season, is dun dun dun! Grindsmiths! So, Grindmas is just literally one wrestling match that lasts an hour and 30 minutes. There's no stopping, no water break, no breaks unless there's blood. You just have to keep wrestling, or you gotta start doing some conditioning. Now, there's 3 perspectives here, and none of them are exactly good. If you're a good wrestler and your partner's a fish, you basically are gonna have him pinned for an hour and 30, leaving you just staying down there. If you and your partner are close skill-wise, you are gonna be killing each other for an entire practice, no one able to get a breath, and no one able to truly win at all. And the last way it can be for you is, if you are easily the least skilled wrestler, your face could be shoved into the mat for an hour and 30, always struggling to get up, but never able to do so. So to summarize, practice is hell. The worst practice you can have is the equivalent of Liam being attached to the hot water shower while running a marathon. This is when the youngest coach we got is in charge. These practices are the closest I've ever gotten to see the pearly gates, and trust me, they're bad. Conditioning, drilling, sprints, live wrestling, he throws everything at you. One time he got so pissed that he made us all get on our stomachs and without using our arms or legs to just, in simplest terms, move around like a caterpillar around the room. He literally told us, This is not making you a better wrestler at all. It's simply to punish you for wasting my time. Yeah, that day sucked. Another day that stands out as particularly crappy was the weekend practice, where most of the team was late. The coach decided as punishment we would be doing 26 to 20 sprawls, mountain climbers, and parachutes to the last person showing up at 9:20. By the end of the practice, the entire room became the next school swimming pool. Yeah, I think everybody lost 10 pounds of water weight that day. But nonetheless, you got those practices done, and now we got matches.
Creation Nation!
But wait! Before you can wrestle, you gotta make sure you can make the weight class you sign up for. In order to do this, many people have gone to extreme lengths to make sure this works. A small list of things they have done may include: take laxatives, wear little trash bags to practice, not eat food for multiple days, not drink water, run a few miles 2 hours before weigh-ins. Making weight sucks. Plenty of wrestlers spend Fridays without food, which probably ain't healthy in the long run, but oh well. Now you completed making weight, and now you can wrestle.
Creation Nation!
So after the team of 50 squeezes on the bus while looking like a clown car, we pull up to our matches. We weigh in real quick, we finally eat in the first time in a day or so, and then we just sit in the bleachers for a while. We talk, we joke, we make fun of the kids who were putting on their singlets 15 matches before their match, but really it's a waiting game until you're up. Now when you wrestle, there's going to be two feelings you get at the end. If you win, you get a feeling of just being awesome. You feel at the top of your game, you feel like you just got it. However, the worst feeling you can get is when you lose. You go into an existential crisis, you think about every mistake you made, you just really hate yourself until you win again, and it really blows. But the best kind of matches are not actually matches, but instead the tournaments. So, tournaments are a weird spectacle. Usually there ever gets 3 to 5 matches, half dozen or so school goes, and wherever it is, you are guaranteed to have bad seating while you're waiting for your matches. These tournaments can last for about 12 hours each, and trust me, you can feel every second of it. The one tournament that comes to mind is the outdoor tournament my school held recently. There were 2 major problems me and the rest of my team had. 1, the sun was beating the entire day, the mats being dark in color and plastic to burn people. I remember distinctly one kid shot on the kid, and he got behind for 2 points. It took a solid 3 seconds to shout, "Damn, this is hot!" while his knee was burning, and then proceeded to pin the kid. So apparently, it wasn't just me that forgot to wear sunblock, and trust me, the entire team felt the consequences when everyone and their mom went to buy some aloe vera in the morning. Needless to say, tournaments are beyond a tad bit interesting.
Creation Nation!
So at the end of the day, is high school wrestling different from middle school wrestling? I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, but I'm busy trying to get buffer than my body already is, if possible, so can't talk right now. I wish you all a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. The end!